Starry, starry night, shown to us in the middle of the day, but just who will walk away as champion or with Roman Reigns' shoes? Okay, that was not the best attempt, but it was a little Don McLean tribute because his song was about Van Gogh and there's Van Gogh imagery in the poster. Anyways, these are my predictions for the, I guess, one and potentially only, or at least the 2025 WWE Clash in Paris. Welcome to Silo Voice Wrestling on YouTube and the Silo Voice Wrestling podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jason C. McLean. I'm recording this Thursday, August 28th. It's around 3:45 p.m. Eastern time and around, I guess, 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know, whatever. It's going to be in the middle of the day because it's where I'm in North America. I think I might even watch it later. It's on Sunday, which is interesting too. That's kind of a different thing for WWE, except for the two-night events. They don't usually do Sunday PLEs. Though, come to think of it, Evolution was Sunday. Maybe they're going to do more Saturday night's main events. I don't know. Let's get into the card. In a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, we have, of course, Sheamus versus Rusev. Okay, now this is an interesting addition to the card. In that, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a great match. This is going to be the weapons match. This is going to be the wild one. It leads me to believe that there might be interference in other matches, especially the main event. But at least this is going to be the one with over-the-top tables. I mean, you kind of think that Sheamus would have an advantage in an old-fashioned Donnybrook match. If they had the exact same match, but they didn't have the bar implements and they called it a street fight, I wouldn't know. But of course, I don't know. Sheamus has actually lost Donnybrook matches, I think. Not sure. Got to go. The old-fashioned, I think there have been like 3 or 4 of them so far. But no, looking at the picture here, my logic tells me that Rusev 1-1, Sheamus 1-1. I think Rusev's going to win this match because he's the new guy back in the company. He's not exactly a young guy, but Sheamus is on his way out, so put over Rusev. But I also think Sheamus is going to. I don't know how much longer he has, but I'm pretty sure he's going to at least have a run as Intercontinental Champion. So that would make sense that Sheamus is going to win this match. But no, I'm going to predict Rusev specifically because I think it's going to be a great match, a wild match, a fun match. Rusev is going to win. And ultimately, maybe because of that, at some point, Rusev will go on to win the Intercontinental Championship, not right away. Maybe Sheamus will take it back from him. I think this gives Rusev an initial push right now, and it doesn't hurt Sheamus too much to lose, seeing as I don't think he's going to be going for the IC title right away. So I'm picking Rusev. We have the OTC Roman Reigns versus the tribal thief, holder of the Shula Fala, Big Bronson Reed, with Paul Heyman in his corner. Now, if this was for the Shula Fala, I would say 100% Roman's going to win. I'm still saying Roman's going to win. Now, I mean, the logic is if this was going to be like a trilogy or something, Roman could put over Bronson this time in a major way. And then eventually, he wins and he wins the last one, something like that. But I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a trilogy. I think that Bronson is definitely, maybe there won't be any interference in this match and Roman will prevail. Bronson's still going to be strong. He's still going to be a killer. But if he doesn't have his backup, because I think his backup, him and then Braun Breaker are probably on reserve for Seth's match. So maybe Seth won, and Seth is saving himself up too. So I don't think there's going to be any interference. I think without interference, Roman is going to win, and but Bronson's still going to be strong, and maybe Bronson will win at some point against Roman with interference. But also this is going to be sort of like maybe a happy note for what's going to happen a little bit later in the night. So my prediction, it's going to be a good match. Roman's really going to have to fight for it. And by the way, I love the build up on Raw, the segment with Paul Heyman, basically, coming out to chat with Roman and then sets up Bronson Reed. And Bronson Reed says, talks about his tribe in Samoa. And Roman's like, what, you're a Samoan? Come out, raise the ones for me. Like that. I don't think I'm going to get around to doing a proper Raw sort of thoughts, but I did love that opening segment on Raw. And I am picking Roman Reigns to win this match. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the champion Becky Lynch defends against challenger Nikki Bella. I think this is going to be a good match. Now, I was thinking Becky was going to retain because her heel character as champion is just so great, especially what she did in Paris. And I know the one in Birmingham was controversial, but, you know, she's really owning that character. She's getting the boos. And I want to keep that going. And I was like, wait a second, but they now have an opportunity to keep that going in a different way. I think somehow she's going to win a tournament or a match or something and then face Becky Lynch, that is going to face Stephanie Vicaire, and maybe through cheating is going to win. And then she's going to be an unsufferable world champion. So for that to happen, I think Nikki Bella needs to win this match. She'll have a run with the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's going to be a good match, an exciting match. And maybe she'll lose it quickly to an up-and-coming heel like a Roxanne Perez or something like that. So I'm picking Nikki Bella to walk out of Paris, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. We have the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, John Cena against Logan Paul, the Maverick, the outsider, the parasitus. Cena called him. That promo was incredible. Now, I'm sorry. I am not going to pick Logan Paul to win, even though logically you think it's a sort of a passing the torch to the young up-and-comer. And I think on his way out, Cena, he was winning for a while. He could maybe lose as a babyface and still keep his aura. And maybe there'll be some interference. Who knows? I think they've been setting it up really well to think that Logan Paul might win. But, you know, this is a feud that started at the SmackDown that I was at. And I'll be damned if it ends with Logan Paul winning. No. Even though logic tells me no, I think I can make it work logically, and I think it's going to be a fun match. I think Cena's going to, like he took him to school on the microphone, he's going to take him to school in the ring because he's a lot better now. He's almost Super Cena now. I'm predicting John Cena beats Logan Paul. And in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, the champion Seth freaking Rollins with Paul Heyman in his corner, probably Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in his corner too, versus challengers CM Punk, LA Knight, yeah, and main event, Jey Uso, the former champion. Now, it's a fatal four-way match, so there's going to be interference. And they've been telling an interesting story with this one, especially with, you know, Jey Uso, like, super kicking LA Knight and then CM Punk following Roman's advice. Now, I don't think he's going to turn heel. I think they're really showing the dissension in the ranks between all these people. Now, my prediction remains the same. While I wouldn't be sad if any of these other people won, I think Seth Rollins is going to retain. It's going to be through cheating. It's going to be through, you know, the baby faces not working together. A wild card would be LA Knight winning. Jey Uso winning it back would make sense, but I think he's moving on to other things. And CM Punk will be a champion again, but it's going to be the undisputed WWE Championship. And I think he's going to win that from like Cody at WrestleMania. That's long-term prediction. And I think ultimately Seth Rollins is going to hold this to WrestleMania, and Sami Zayn's going to win the Royal Rumble. And even though he's on SmackDown, he's going to challenge for that belt, and he'll be the one to dethrone Seth Rollins. Or maybe Braun Breaker or something like that. There's going to be a lot of cheating. It's going to be a fun match. There's going to be a lot of hope spots. I'm not going to be cheering for Seth to retain. I'm not even sure who I'm cheering for. I would honestly, I would love to see CM Punk win it, although I think he's going to ultimately win the other one. I would love to see him get that belt back. Jey Uso, another run, that could work. And LA Knight, that would just be showing that LA Knight has, you know, a purpose. Maybe the next feud is going to be LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, but I'm thinking with a lot of cheating, a lot of interference. I guess it's not cheating if it's a fatal four-way match. By hook or by crook, Seth Rollins is going to walk out of Paris World Heavyweight Champion. And these are my predictions for Clash in Paris. WWE's 2025 Clash in Paris, because, I mean, I don't have to put the year on it. It's probably going to be the only one, but at this point, there might be another Clash in Paris. It's the third Clash in a row. It's too bad Drew McIntyre isn't in a championship match on this program to lose, to have a 3-in-a-row record of losing at Clash shows where he's the baby. Maybe they just don't want to make him the baby face against Cody. I don't know. Maybe do him against Randy Orton. Maybe sort of ferment the Orton heel turn. I don't know. Maybe they might still add a match. SmackDown, they might still add a match. I think the Raw matches are all done. Anyways, do you agree with my predictions? Do you have your own? Let me know in the comments. Follow at Silo Voice Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram, at Silo Wrestling on X, and me at Jason C. McLean on X and Instagram. Also on Bluesky, jasoncmclean.bsky.social. I'm going to be back with my, obviously with the review of this, with some other extra content that I'm trying to get at, stuff that was already previously recorded, just I haven't edited yet. We'll see if we get assorted thoughts on SmackDown, Raw, and of course, review of Clash in Paris. Until then, for Silo Voice Studios in Montreal, I'm Jason C. McLean.